All right, guys, welcome back to this channel. If you're new to this channel, please endeavor to subscribe to this channel. Don't leave this video without subscribing. We will be bringing to you lots of great content on profitable pig farm, while you can help us by subscribing to this channel and getting lots of great videos, great content on how you should run your pig farm and every other and several other agricultural venture. Well, this video quickly, I want to just endeavor to explain to you on a very important topic that I know it's in the mind of some intending pig farmers, and that's what's the best breed for a small farm. What's the best breed I should use for a small farm? Some of the things that scares most people out of pig farming or several other agricultural venture is the cost of running a large farm. You know, you look at a large farm, you understand how much it will cost to run that farm, so you get a bit discouraged. And looking at the prices of the exotic breed, I think a video has been released at this time, and you would have gotten the prices of the exotic breeds. You know, some of them cost as much as close to 500,000 naira. You know, that's in the Nigerian currency. Now 500,000 naira to a new farm, to a small farmer, is quite expensive. We need to be very sincere with that. If you're going to be pushing in 300,000 naira, 500,000 naira for a winner pig, for a small pig, for a 5 weeks old pig, obviously that's going to be on the high side for a new pig farmer. So the question now is, what's now the best breed for a small farm? What breed should I advise you to go for when starting your own pig farm? Now, again, the context of this video is a small farm and obviously a new farmer. So number one, I will advise you to, in any case, always make sure you start with a pure breed, because most of the things that kills many farmers out there is trying to cut cost. While trying to cut cost, they incur more cost. What I mean by that is, if you buy a diminished breed now and you're running a diminished breed and you're feeding the diminished breed on the right feeds, it may take close to a year for you to attain 100 kg. If you're buying a pig that is not very pure, it's not a pure breed, it's not very good, it's not a good genetic, you may take close to a year to be able to sell off that pig. So in trying to cut costs, you incur more costs. While if you got a good breed, a good genetic. So in a nutshell, trying to cut your cost may not be the best idea, because you may end up spending more money than what you would have spent if you did not cut your cost. So that's why I would advise you get breeds that are pure. Notwithstanding whatever amount you have, make sure you budget something. If it's even one animal you will get of a pure breed, get that one animal. If it's 2 animals, get that 2 animals. Don't rather go for 10 animals of a diminished breed and spend more money on them than for a pure breed that you would have spent lesser money on. Now, what's the breed you should get for a small farm? Well, I would advise you to start with either the large white or the landrace. The reason why I say that is I'll give you my reasons. Number one, they're relatively cheaper than the large, the Duroc and the Piatron breed. The Duroc and the Piatron breed are very expensive, but the large whites are cheap, relatively cheap to that. Obviously, they are not obviously just they're not 20,000 or something. So they are actually about 100,000 to 120,000. But I can advise that as a small farmer, you should go for the large white or the landrace, or you can go for the TN70 or the Cambrook. Now the TN70 is about 85,000, while the Cambrook is about 85,000. So if you can lay your hands on any of these 4 animals I mentioned, that will be so great. Now the reason why I may advise large white and landrace is because of their relatively accessibility to them. That means you can easily access these 2 animals, the large white and the landrace, than the Cambrook or the TN70. The Cambrook or the TN70 are not yet as widespread as the large white or the or the landrace. The large white on the landrace is almost in every state, but the TN70 and the Cambrook may not be in every area you go to. So the large white on the landrace is very accessible and still relatively cheap, and they are also prolific. They can give you large litters, and they are hardy, they are resistant, they are rugged. So you can get your a good result from having the large white or the landrace on your farm, in the sense that you are not going to lose them to harsh weather condition, because they have quite a level of resistance that you need. So if you're asking me as a starting new farmer, maybe you're just starting your pig farm, or what breed you should get, I would advise you to get the large white or the landrace. And if you can get your hand on the TN70, that will be better. If you can get the pure one, the real one, for that amount, that's still, of course, still much more affordable than the large white and the landrace, because the large white is 120, 100,000, but that one is about 85,000. The Cambrook is also 85,000. So it's very good for you to start with a pure breed. So as I said again, don't try to compromise in terms of either you get a pure breed or not. Always make sure you get a pure breed. But in terms of the breed, I would not advise you, for instance, now to start with a Duroc breed as a new farm. That's too expensive. You would have spent too much money on your. You can get 3 large white from 1 Duroc breed. So if you are starting on a small farm, you are just starting a new venture, rather than getting a Duroc breed for 300,000, why don't you just get a large white or a landrace and get 3 of them? You can get 1 male and 2 female of the large white or the landrace, and mate them together and start producing your offspring. I would not advise you to start with more than 10 female animals as a new breeder. I would advise that, as much as, even no matter how much money you have, start with less than or 10 females. But if you don't have even as much money, you can start with just 2 female and 1 male. Now, starting with 1 male is not even compulsory. That means if you are in an environment where you have pig farmers around you, I would tell you to just get the female and get the boa from a farmer close by. But if you don't have a farmer close by, obviously you will need your whole male on your farm. So I guess this should really help you out there on what's the best breed you should have for a new farm, for a small farm. Get the large white or the landrace or any of the other ones I've mentioned. So thank you very much. If you're new to this channel, please ensure you subscribe to this channel. Lots of great content on profitable pig farm. Ensure you subscribe. Bye bye. Thank you very much.